Hey guys, it's Alec coming back to you with another video. We are out here in the shop with the Coyote F-150, and today we're going to be pulling the intake manifold to replace a map sensor. You might be interested in this video because you have a map sensor that is no longer working. In my case, this truck is a twin turbo truck and it needs a different map sensor than factory to be able to read boost. Now, if you have a completely stock truck or stock truck in regards to horsepower and the engine, you can watch this video. If you're interested in joining us for some twin turbo F-150 content or some single turbo GMC Sierra content right back there, hit that subscribe button down below. But let's get right into it. We're going to be removing the intake manifold and replacing the map sensor and then installing the intake manifold again. All right, so one thing that I do want to just let you know is that some of my hoses look a little bit different in here just because we got the two turbos and things have been repositioned a little bit. I will tell you one thing, I have a wiring harness that is going to be just a little bit in the way over in the corner here. You will not have that issue. And the second thing is, my vacuum lines up here are a little bit different and you will also not have that issue, but there are 4 lines on the front of the intake. You need to remove all of these stock lines. They're pretty easy to remove. This blue one is just like this. So you grab on this little peg sticking out, push that over, and then you can pull up on that. The green one, you just slide this green clip out of the connector and then just pull up on it. You can use like a tiny little screwdriver to help you pry it out from right where my finger is pointing. This white one, you pushed in on the black piece and it separates them so that you can pull it off. So that's kind of like a motion like this, pushing it in. And so those are the 3 lines that we need to get rid of on the front here. Next thing that we are going to do is we need to unplug our fuel injectors and our fuel system so that we can get this thing separated. So as you can see, the blue line over there, this is our low pressure fuel pump. And then this line over here on the passenger side that comes off the valve cover, that is a high pressure fuel pump line. So the low pressure line is going to be identical to this green clip on the front. We're basically just going to pull that clip out towards us. And then the high pressure line, we need a special tool for. You can buy the specialty tool at O'Reilly's or AutoZone or anything like that. These are fuel line hose removal tools, and it should be, I believe the blue one is 3/8. It should be that one. So I'm gonna get the fuel lines disconnected and get some of my vacuum hoses out of the way, and I will check in with you here in just a second. Alrighty guys, checking in with you. We got the 2 fuel lines off. And so this fuel line over on here, this is kind of the blue clip that is located inside that fuel line. There might be a small chance that yours is a different color, but this is what the clip looks like. So use a little screwdriver to pry this guy out of there. There's a nice little kind of indent for a small screwdriver to go into. And then you need to fully remove this. On the green hose on the front of the intake, you don't need to fully remove it. You just need to like dislodge it. This one fully removed. So remove that, set that off to the side. Get these foam guys off of your fuel rail. And these foam guys literally do nothing but dampen the sound of the fuel injectors. And so they are just a pickup and remove. They have like this small area to kind of expand with your fingers as you're picking it up and removing it. So next up, we have that's our port side, that's our low pressure side. We got our high pressure side. I want to show you what it looks like disconnected, but I want to show you what it looks like with the tool in there. So you can see the tool goes into the fuel line, the hard mounted on the intake, and you can see the little tabs in there. That's what that tool is acting on. So you got to get the tool all the way in there and then push on one of those. If you need some instructions on how to use one of those, you can look that up on the manufacturer's website. They got some really good videos on how to use them. So now that we got the fuel lines disconnected, I'm going to get the injectors exposed on the passenger side here. And next up is unplugging the fuel injectors, because the harness for the injectors down here. The harness stays with the truck and the injectors come with the intake. So let's get all 8 of those unplugged, and then we gotta do a very small amount of wiring harness rearrangement in the back, and then we have about 8 bolts down on the side and we can yank this puppy out of here. I just want to show you real quick, this guy was mounted up on here, and so we removed him simply by, very easy, just rocking it up, and it slides right off this, and there's a connector attached to it. So once you pull back on this white piece, you slide it backwards so that it's even with the end of the connector. Then you can push down on it, and once you push down on it, you can slide that out. So that guy is pushed off to the side, and we have all 8 of our fuel injectors unplugged. You can see the injector plugs there. And now we are going to work on the intake manifold bolts, which are located down there. So it's in between the fuel rail and the manifold. A little bit of a tight fit, but we got 1 on each front corner. You can just barely see it right down underneath there. So 1 on each corner, 1 in the middle, and 1 in the back. Alrighty guys, I just want to show you real quick that here are what the 8mm bolts look like down there in the corner. And there are 6 of them, 1 set in the front, 1 in the middle, 1 in the back. And then also there are 4 10mm bolts, and they're located alongside the fuel rail here. So I'll pull this up and just show you. There's one of them sitting back in there, and you can see that it's got a nice like metal bracket around it, and it's what holds the intake manifold down, but it also holds the fuel rail onto this. So there's 10 bolts total, 6 8mm, 4 10mm. Get those off, and then you can pull your intake up and start to slide it out a little bit. On the back here, we have all of our intake manifold runner control, IMRC, and all the IMRCs we are going to leave attached for now. How we're going to do this is I'm going to get the manifold loose. I'm going to start to pull it forward, and then we'll have a little bit more room to get that map sensor. We don't even need to fully remove the intake from the truck. So we are about to pull the manifold. Now, this zip tie right here has a Christmas tree fastener on it. So there's one on the passenger side, and there's one on the driver's side. You can just barely see that guy down underneath there. So I have one of these metal trim prying tools. I'm going to get that underneath those and remove those, because then that harness will be free, and all we have to do is unplug the IMRCs once we get the manifold free from the engine block. So I have 4 of the 6 bolts loose right now, and I'm going to get this Christmas tree fastener undone on the back, get the harness moved over, undo the last 2 bolts, and then we're going to get this manifold slid up and out of here so we can access that map sensor. Alrighty, here we are with the manifold out. Now let me give you one piece of advice. If you've ever done NOx sensors on an LS engine, it's kind of similar, but there's a lot going on the back of here. So that green pry tool that I showed you earlier is going to be your freaking lifesaver. If you do not have something similar to this with a nice little fork in the middle, this job is going to be a nightmare, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Christmas tree fasteners on the back of this intake. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 electrical connections. And all of this you have to do with the intake basically sitting in its home position. The map sensor, this guy is the hardest to get to, and I got to him by kind of reaching underneath the intake and getting from the backside. So I was actually resting my elbow on the foam pad down in there. So I will say, if pulling an LS intake to do NOx sensors is like 6 out of 10, This is like an 8 out of 10 on the scale of difficulty, just based on how many like Christmas tree fasteners are located in the back of this manifold. So take your time. You're really going to have to use your hands as your eyes to get this done. I don't really know how else to tell you other than make sure you got a really good pry tool and just freaking take the time to push in on the connectors and get them out. So this is where I'm going to leave it for today. I have took me about an hour and a half to pull this, and I fought with this map sensor connector for about 20 minutes of that. So I got my new map sensor in. So at this point, we got our new map sensor in here. Now, right before this can go back in, one thing I'm going to do, take a quick look at our gaskets, make sure those all inspect out real good. And also, I think I mentioned, or maybe I didn't, but I got a little friend's house down in here. So we're going to get all of this cleaned up because there is way too much nasty stuff in here. We're going to use a shop vac and get those gasket surfaces cleaned up, and then we will start throwing this thing back together. A little bit of vacuum, compressed air carefully. We got this guy cleaned up real good. So what I'm going to do is count the number of connectors on the back. There should be 4. And so the most important part is making sure that the connectors are plugged in. After that, making sure that the Christmas tree fasteners somewhat find their home. To be honest with you, in my personal opinion, I think the Christmas tree fasteners on the backside are a little over-engineered. I think if you get a couple of them, you're probably okay. But I'm also not an engineer that designed all the Christmas tree fasteners on the backside. So I'm going to tell you, put them all in, but realistically, do your best. Here's the intake. We got propped up. I just wiped off all the seals and just wiped the injector nozzles with a little bit of brake cleaner, just to clean them up a little bit. The passenger side had a lot of like carbon on the nozzle of the fuel injectors. So I got that all cleaned up. We're about to slam this thing back together. Alrighty guys, so putting the intake manifold back on is going to be pretty similar. Just reverse all the steps from taking it off, get the manifold back in there, get everything on the backside plugged in, start to tighten it down, follow the torque sequence that I'm going to put up on the screen up here. I got it from summitracing.com. They have a sequence for the 8mm bolts, and the 10mm bolts are different torques, so make sure you pay attention to that. Get all your hoses hooked back up, hook up your fuel lines, and you should be good to go. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Like I said, if you want twin turbo content, subscribe down below. Peace.